Hello Dark Souls fans, and welcome back to another episode of Methodical Gamer. Today we'll be taking a look at my Yhorm's Great Machete build. This build is perfect for those more reactive players out there who are good at reading their opponent's attacks. Taking a closer look at the build, we can see at +5, Yhorm's Great Machete deals a 338 physical damage and a 328 buff with the A scaling and 50 points into strength. This weapon weighs 19 units, and in order to properly wield it, you'll need a minimum stat requirement of 38 strength and 10 dexterity. Going through the armor I've chosen, we have the new DLC Millwood Night Helm for the classic Viking horn look. The Pyromancer garb complements both the theme and the color of the build, as well as being our primary source for magic and elemental damage mitigation. Both Mirror's gloves and the Dragon Scale waistcloth provide a good amount of damage reduction in ratio to its equipment load. On my last build, it was suggested to me that I start running the Life Ring +3 and sub it out for the Ring of Steel protection, which I've done. As usual, I'm running the classic meta rings of Howl +2, Chloranthy +2, and the Ring of Favor +2. Flipping over to our stats, you can see this is a multi-purpose build that I'm using, so I'm not locked into only using one loadout in PvP, but it's effectively got the right amount of stats in each category as far as hard caps and soft caps are concerned. The last thing I want to show you is the battle art for Yhorm's Great Machete. The skill is titled War Cry, and it reads, "Let out a spirited war cry that temporarily boosts attacks and enables a crushing strong attack." Going back over to our stats, this buff increases the AR to a 732. It however does not specify where on the weapon stat damage the buff goes, because both the base and the scaling do not increase. If any of you know for certain, please let me know in the comment section below, because I would be very interested. The first thing I would like to show you before we start talking techniques and strategies is the outright overpowering damage this weapon offers, because at the end of the day we just want to see those big numbers. This first fight is against a player who respectively got punished for being just a little turtle happy. A lot of Dark Souls players message me about the troubles they have when trying to create that perfect build based upon the weapon they like. One popular question comes up often, and it's about being able to deal damage against players who outspeed your character on the basis of their weapon being faster alone. My first response to this is, well, have you tried baiting the players more often? You see, players who use faster weapons are forced to play with a faster playstyle. This in turn makes them play off of instinct rather than analytical judgment. This is why I strive to use builds that offer different weapons that allow me to switch in and out of those mindsets, because even an experienced player, the most experienced players, who are playing off of instinct are still the quickest ones to fall for baited traps in PvP. Now that we've discussed this weapon's power and how to use it by baiting, let's discuss how to outbait your opponent for the perfect opportunity to strike. The best question to inquire is how to dodge, and the follow-up should be when to strike. To answer the first question, we must look at from which side does my weapon swing. Weapons swinging from the right side either vertically or horizontally fare better against a target where the player is positioned slightly to the right of the target. Since we know this information as a prerequisite, we now know that we need to dodge right when using a slower weapon so that we stand a better chance to initiate an R1 follow-up if we're fighting a hyper-aggressive opponent. To answer the second question of when to strike, we must first know our opponent's moveset as well as when it ends. Then you are to judge whether or not the opponent has enough stamina to dodge or follow-up, or even initiate a follow-up themselves. Players here will judge differently, but I always play on the safe side and assume that everyone runs the hard cap for their endurance. The last thing I would like to mention to you guys about this build is its con, if you would call it that. Due to this weapon's running R1 animation, this weapon is not great for chasing down opponents. The easiest way to counter this is to equip a straight sword, catch players on their retreating high frames. Most players in the arena usually don't bother running away like they would in the open world where the host can go hide or the invaders can find some NPC aid. Therefore, I didn't bother equipping a straight sword with this setup, but I did think it was worth mentioning for those who encounter PvP mostly outside the arena. If you enjoyed this video or learned something from it, please leave a like in the section below, and until next time, remember to play smart and keep on winning.